I will click the record button and then say, yo, what up? How's it going?
It's going okay. Coming back from my weekend,
Another
and
day in
I had to
paradise?
miss my scramble because it was Living Legend skirmish at the same time. So
Mm.
I had to make a choice.
Yeah, and you decided to play the Living Legend skirmish, or
Yeah, this Living Legend skirmish for Flesh and Blood.
what character
I
did you
got
play?
I got to play Lexi. I was winning in
Oh,
on the 16 players for the top four, and I missed it because I
that's
was against a chain.
Chain's pretty good. Chain's pretty good. Uh, well, congrats on barely missing out on top four. That's very dope. But we got a Kuwabara list here. Um,
Yeah.
hit me with a pitch. What's going on with this Kuwabara list?
I am coping so hard on this deck. I think he's got legs against all the aggro decks right now. He's a very defensive list. He gets to, especially stuff like Death Casino Percy and stuff like that. He gets to just
Sure.
kind of live through things. I tested it on Friday just before the skirmish with against a local, and one turn I did -21 with Kuwabara tapping his foundations
Wow.
to a turn and live with like 7 life, and then I did the dimension sword wombo combo and got the kill.
Huh.
So I think he's got legs. But I'm also realize like I'm kind of coping because I love this guy. He's one of my favorites from the show, so I want him to work. My the deck so far does okay, but then kind of peters out sometimes.
Okay. So we're looking for consistency.
Consistency. I don't know if my ratios look good. Like he's so weird because he's cheating on. I like that he's cheating on foundation ratios, kind of like you
Yeah.
can run more twos and more threes in him because you're just gonna discard them and bring them back in.
Right.
Um, but like sometimes I turn one try to do a 2 cost, I do it 2 cost again, and I hit my lethal slash, and I'm like, ah, and I get one combo foundation turn one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is an issue currently with the game with running two checks is the zeros are very scary. And so
Mhm.
it's tough to actively want to run two checks in a character under the good symbol. But so let's talk let's talk. So I'm not gonna care about your sideboard at all. We're not gonna
Yeah, that's more
yeah.
me thinking for the future. Well, if I do bring him into store champs.
Yeah. Attacking wise, so the cards that I'm not in love with, truthfully, are things like Bending Blade. I get why it's here. Like it's pretty decent to like make land a move and then build something in. Um Sword Get Longer makes total sense to me. Defeating is like a sick kill condition. Dimension Sword picks up basically everything. Is there not a better card than Bending Blade? When I look at the difficulty curve, I want Bending Blade to just be something else because
Mhm.
this card builds you in 3 maybe 4 foundations like guaranteed. The 6 for 6. This is a 5 for 6 that
Mhm.
does something very similar, but like it just is trying to all this one's doing is just building in one, right? And it just
Yeah.
says that your character works, but every attack should just like say that your character works, you know? So we're gonna just go look at attacks good. His other symbols are earth, fire, and then look at weapons.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we have. Man, upward disarming swing is so cool as a card. If it deals damage, destroy rival assets, and it has extra stun. I want to
Mhm.
really neat. One more rage counters. He probably has more face downs than you. The other thing about this card is I really like it. It's a 4 diff. It's 4 diff
Yeah.
asset hate, and you're already like just playing this card as like a 2 of. I kind of like the upward disarming swing. I'm gonna toss it in your sideboard, and we can talk about it more.
Okay.
Canister Creation Strike seems like a pretty good one to trade a foundation for a foundation that you want out of your discard pile. And this one doesn't say that you like don't already have or doesn't have to stop on your symbol restrictions, right? Like you like bring in these
Mhm.
attuned cards.
Mhm.
I like that one a lot. Cannon Blast is gone. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the two recommendations that I have. I really like Upward Disarming Swing. I don't know how much you care about my rival having assets, because it currently looks like you've got no asset hate. And this card just like says, hey, it's a 4 low for 4 they got to deal with. It's an off zone, right? It'd be the only low attack in the deck. And so the likelihood of them finding and wanting to play low attacks is weird. And then yeah, it's just like extra stats. It's just not quite as big as Bending Blade pre Desperation, right? 15 less health. So what are your thoughts there?
Because Bending Blade is just numbers too, right? It's like a 5 for 6, I think.
Yeah, it is a 5 for 6. So like it's 2 extra damage here, and it's a little faster. But the only thing that this does is like be tough to interact with, which this card also is just tough to interact with because it's the only low in the deck.
Yeah, and it also kind of, I realize it also kind of sucks if you draw into it. Like you do Dimension Sword, and then you get it out of your Dimension Sword, and they just decide to take some damage from Dimension Sword, and you're like, okay, well, my Bending Blade is just numbers now.
Yeah, it's just numbers. I like the disarming swing. You tell me though. What do you wanna toss it? If not, like the worst case scenario is we're gonna send this back to you, and we I'm gonna send this back to you, and then you can just make the change yourself, right? Because you'll be able to you'll own the deck.
I think it's a smart call with Therion going up in the meta.
Yeah.
I have not tested the deck into Therion, so I don't know how well he does into Therion. And I do draw a lot, and I do have a lot of card selection, so I think it might be a good call here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and here's my thought is I like Canister Creation more than I like Bending Blade. As this resets a thing. It also gets really big if you've got a momentum. So it's like a different copy of Defeating the Colossus Titan. It wears your 3 damage pump very well later on. It also says that if you get hit to 15, very similarly to Defeating the Colossus Titan, you can or get to hit the 16. You can lose the 2 health here, put yourself down, and then do the thing. And so there's something cool there. Foundation wise, I think Big Appetite is very bad in the meta right now.
Yeah.
I
kind of like it just because I can select it with Dimension Sword.
Okay.
And then I can flip it, draw, and then kill it to rash decisions and bring it back.
So
that's kind of the idea.
My issue is
that
your character's hand size is not going to be less than your rivals if you're fighting against Nick or Devil Jin or Byakko, which were very prevalent in the webcam event yesterday. And I think they're going to be all over the place in the format, right? So as long as you're down for a 2/5 2 low block, that all it says is flip, draw a card, discard a card. That's it. Like the card's fine, but I guess in your deck it's got these which matter for this. But I would rather go try and find some other fat gum card that does its job rather than just a flip, discard, or draw, discard.
There has to be another draw on at least 2 symbols.
You'd imagine. Let me actually do this, because I think the other thing that you're missing, that I think that every deck should be playing at a 1 of is what's going on here? I'm sorry. I think every deck should be playing at a 1 of is just Team Dr. Ichigaki. I think this card is just too strong to not play in somewhere in the deck. Just a blanket cancel your thing.
I was thinking of putting it in the sideboard.
Is just good.
After non-keyword ability is played on a non-character. Yeah, you can just cancel Science Bros or really anything you want.
Yeah. I also really like Fierce Wings in the current format just because of Patrick Baby being so crazy, as well as Mitchell being so crazy. Those are just stun decks. And so this card is very good for the same reason that and we will get to it. The Gunsiple has a lot of decent 0 diffs to deal with the stun keyword. I just don't think you can build them in off of your character, which is just the trade-off that you're gonna have to have. We are I should just click standard, huh? And then see what that gets me. Come back here. Yeah, that's That's it. Yeah, so I think it's just the Team Dr. Ichigaki that I would look at. And then as we look at zero diffs, surprising skill and keeping areas safe are crazy, and I think they absolutely should exist somewhere in your list. I know you can't build them in like you can with the Spirit Beast, but I think that overall, having the Nick randomly pull Patrick off the top, stunning you, and you committing 2 of their foundations because you've got double surprising skill, like, could be the thing that saves your life. Whereas Spirit Boost is just, oh, I can build it if I hit, but why do I want to build a 0/6 blank card? I should just like as soon as I have any other better option, this instantly just comes in.
Fair. And it's the same block mod too, I think.
It's a 4 versus a 3, but anytime you ever see surprising skill, it instantly just like goes in on your board, right? You just like instantly want to slam it. Yeah. Onto the ones. We'll check. The attuned cards are pretty rough for this guy, as they only have 1 symbol.
Yeah. The way I'm looking at him is I want about 50% of my foundations to be hittable, and then everything else can be just good foundations.
Sure, I think that's fair. Is it shares 2 symbols with your character?
It shares 2 symbols. Yeah.
This card shares 2 symbols.
Yeah. So Shobijin. I was looking at it.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, and I'm like, what is unique? But it's got breaker. But it's unique.
I think you just play. You ready? You play one of it. You blow it up with your steadfast. You hit again on a different turn, and then you play it again. Right? Just like having that idea is like very solid. If you build this, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Yuck.
Yeah, that's the one I looked at too when Big Appetite rotates out, and I'm like, it's 3 symbols, and you can grab it, and then you can draw, kind of. But
yeah,
it's not great.
I'm not in love with it. This card I think is way better than if we're going to go for the discard redraw, this card does it, and we've got 2 symbols. You discard a card, draw a card. Cards counts as being reviewed, and because it's part of the ability and not the cost of. It says flip draw a card then discard a card. This card is always discard then redraw, but it is if you don't have a hand, which you are a 5-hander, you're allowed to like play 2 of these, have them out on the board, and then on their turn with no cards in hand, you commit number 7 pro hero.
Yeah.
Discard your
and
card, Teehee, and then you just redraw. It's 1 diff, not a whatever, and while it's in the card pool, your block modifiers get +1, which means when you get runawayed, if you can figure out how to put this as the top card of the discard pile, if you like mill it all, and they run away, you toss this in, your moves get +1 speed, effectively.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean that looks like it's it. We go to 2 diffs. I think Everlight's Grace is a really neato card. I don't know how good it is in your deck, but it is neato.
It's the one that's... When is that again?
After you take damage, mill 2.
Okay, yeah, you mill 2 and add 1.
Yeah, it's neat. My issue is we can't build it in for free, so it's probably like not worth the slot. But...
Yeah, the 2 costs have to be really good. I feel.
Yeah.
And I think most of them I can grab. Even I think there's only Defiant Stance and Keiko's I can't grab.
Yeah.
And Defiant Stance feels like mandatory include in them.
Yeah. Defiant Stance is good. I mean, this might just be the draw power that you're looking for as your 2 diff. Just play it as the draw power.
Which one? Double sword?
Double sword,
it's already being run as
yeah. But what I'm saying is like we figure out how to cut some number of Big Appetite because of the double sword, and just be like, don't use it for the commit for the plus or minus. and then its job is just to be that draw power. Then you destroy it, bring it back. It's more draw power.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I'm playing it.
Okay.
Just like flip, kill it, and then it just I like having more draw.
Yeah. I mean, you're a 5-hander, right?
Yeah.
You want the draw. You're a real
Yeah.
ass 5-hander. Like the way that you cheat your hand size is by building out of your discard pile. Nice Try is not terrible in this slot either, as you get to, I guess. So you can play out your strings and then commit it, and then re-ready it on their turn in order to get a bunch of value that way, which is not abysmal, right?
Yeah. Just gonna have to find the Mirio precon for that one.
Yeah. Build a weapon. It's so lame this is a spinner response. I think this card would see like real play if it wasn't. It's funny we got it in the Heroes of Exandria set.
Yeah. If it only didn't say spinner response on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Non-character effect killed this one. Lost in Thought is so interesting. Huh. Wards Protect and Strong Wind Up.
Yeah, Lost in Thought is nice. I thought about putting it in. I found it was only really great in the case that I would get an early what's the name? Sword Get Longer. Because then I would often have an attack in there, but when I didn't get it, it just felt like just put in a foundation and then that way it's on flip. That's about all it did.
Researching the answer is so interesting because it's just 2 symbols and we can build it in, and then we're a 6-hander, and then we drew a card every turn. If I have 6 or more face-up foundations, exactly 1 copy in your stage, and our character gets to just like, if I hit you, build in a card. I understand that we want multiples, but I think like this card is going to be online so often with our character. I think at a 1 of it is not bad.
Okay. See what you mean there.
The top. Okay, so let's take let me just do my due diligence. This right here, no manipulations, thoughts. Okay. So as we take and we look at the cards that we have now added, right? The things that I think are mandatory are some amount of surprising skill keeping Ares safe. I really think these cards are important. I'm going to click difficulty so we can sort it by this. And I don't think Spirit Boo-Poo is worth it.
Okay, you do a replace on that.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm not a fan. And I'm down for like a 2-2 split so you can figure out which of these 2 you like more. I also like don't hate just playing keeping Ares safe with the 4 of, because I think surprising skill is we can't block with it, and we are going to want to block a little bit, you know? Yeah, so I think I'm just going to slam the keeping area safes in for now, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. Rash Decisions. Sacrifice a foundation, it gets +1 damage. Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of like the loop I'm trying to go for. The idea here is like, I can use something like Big Appetite that makes me draw, or really anything that like flips itself to do something or commits itself to do something, and then kill it, and then like use it, kill it, and then if I hit, I get it back.
Yeah.
And on something like D-Sword, where you go like +3 speed, and then you're like +1 damage, and now it's at 6/5, which is nice. If they don't have things left to deal with that, you often just get it back.
Okay, so for that reason, maybe we do just keep the Big Appetite in, but maybe we like drop it down to like a 2 of. Like it's a 2 of, and then we like play. We're gonna take Practical Studies down to a 2 of, and we toss in double number 7 Pro Hero, and now all of this card can also be added in, and it's more draw power. I just took out a 1 diff for it. It's either that or we can take like a Soulful Rendition, but I want to look at like researching the answer. I think absolutely deserves to be in here at a 1 of.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if it's just like slam it on top and make it a 70 card list. I think that there is value in you finding this card, and
I think you took out an extra card because I should be. I'm at 21 attacks usually.
Oh, I only put in one disarming swing.
One disarming swing, yeah. So we'd be at that.
So we're at 71. My issue here is the fact that like how good is thinking on the fly for like the deck, right? What's our?
It's kind of just there because it's a 3 symbols that I can grab
Sure.
in the worst thing, and if they do block my opener, +3 speed is not bad. That's why it's here as a 2 of.
Yeah.
It's buildable.
You can grab this. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like my thought here is like we could take this down to a 1 of, we could take this down to a 2 of, to like cut some cards, because our character actively wants to play more attacks on the turn, because the foundations that we would be drawing as a not 5-hander, we're going to be just building in with our character, hopefully. Like that's the goal, right? And so we want to play more orange cards on average than not. And so like having this as a lower deck count makes sense to me, even though we do have things like this card draws, this card draws, this card builds a bunch to like make things nice and quick. I like actively want to zoom with my attack. I mean, you're even playing things like capture the target, which as a 5-hander is tough to get off, because having 3 attack cards is a little difficult, right? And so it might even be things that like maybe, I mean, I don't want to cut more practical studies, because I think this repeatable speed until you land the move is good, but like maybe it's tough as punk becomes a 3 of, and I know that's like, and that's just for the consistency of I want to see more attacks so that I can play more moves and then build more foundations to then hold more blocks, so I don't even have to use my top enhance to like minus damage, because I kept the foundations to block with, you know. And so like this is now a 68 card list. My block zones still look fine. I think we lowered the low blocks just a little bit, but
we're it's kind of the one that's been hurting the most in the deck building. But
and I think that the low attack zone is like not hyper relevant right now in the meta game. Like we saw a low attack pony, and that's basically it. We haven't seen like a ton of like I'm gonna sling a bunch of lows.
I could drop the Soul Falls completely and just run Shobijin once instead too.
I don't hate that either. I mean, we can even like build in the Shobijin. They're both asking you to block, right? And so you ready? We can do this. We do this here, and then maybe it's like a singular always cool to like we can't build it in, because I think 68 is like a totally chill number to be at. Maybe there's a low block that we cut previously. I mean, maybe we take thinking on the fly and drop it back, push it back up. And now when I look at difficulty, yeah, I think this is acceptable. Like this looks good. It's either that or we take and we kill the thinking, bring it back down to the 1 of, and we like put in double surprising skill for more consistent builds on turn 1. And so now we've got 6 zeros, so that like a build 3, build 4 is like really safe, because the more zeros we have, the more likely that we can build 3 foundations and not get lethal slashed, and like be like, whoops, I guess I built 2 past, and you're gonna just kill me. Like build 3, I get to like, that's -3 damage on a thing, and that could like save my life maybe, you know. And also these cards can't be stunned, so then I'm now allowed to commit them to minus your stats for real, you know. And so like this is now a 69 card list. I think we've cut a singular card. Yeah, I would maybe give this a shot, and I think the only thing that I'm missing is just Team Ichigaki. This card's crazy, but it is trying to keep this as low as possible. You said toss it in the sideboard. I think you easily, like every game, you're gonna be like, man, if only I had canceled this enhance, and you're like, well, Ichigaki could have canceled it.
Yeah, like if only I could have canceled one of those CFPs or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
anything
yeah.
like
Or
that.
the city rampage goes off, or man, Nick Reagan ripped the true 100% off the top. I'll cancel the true 100% enhance that you tried to do. Um, yeah, it is. It is. This is probably where I would be like, here's my next round of testing, is to look
Yeah,
at this.
yeah. Um, yeah. I think that's yeah. I'm gonna try something like this.
Love it.
I think I have access to an extra Shobijin. My friend got an alt art, so I'll just buy it off him.
Dope, dope, dope. I mean, if anything, just run it on TTS before you start like messing with things. You know, like that's the point of the program. Go jump in a Discord somewhere and be like, hey, I'm trying to test out a Kuwabara deck. Please be nice, and then smash their face in and go, that was sick. That's what I did
Yeah,
last Monday with Beast Titan.
yeah. Like I said, I think he's got actual legs in how aggressive the meta is because he's so defensive. Like he's
Yeah.
like 21 damage like on it was on an order Percy deck, and you're just throwing all this stuff at me, and I'm like, just all right. I know you have a patchwork baby that's gonna come in for a whole bunch of damage, but I'm gonna just commit everything before it comes in.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
There's a world where you could look at my number one foundation pick in the current format is just Desperate Struggle. Um, I think Desperate
that's on
Struggle is
life,
like
isn't it?
crazy,
Oh,
and it's on fire. And so I don't know. Obviously,
oh
we're
wait, I'm thinking desperate, the other desperation thingy, desperate struggle. That's on fire.
3/5 response after my rival plays an ability. After the rival's attack speed or damage increases, put it back to printed. And so they put this
Okay.
big damage up to printed, and then you put it back to their 4 or whatever, and then you Kuwabara it down to 0 and go, no.
I
Nice
Yeah, I
try.
don't think I would change the foundations that much either.
It would change the foundations a ton because it's not on the good symbol, it's on the fire symbol. And so uh when it comes
Yeah, but even then, I'm not running like besides keeping Airy in this new one,
uh
practicals,
big thing that you're
heavies.
leaving is Defiant Stance, right? Which is
Yeah,
like
yeah, that feels like such a mandatory thing.
super important. So
Like
if you can find like a
the
fire card that like does something very similar to what Defiant Stance does, I think that
Mhm.
you could maybe rock it. But yeah, you're saying like imagine that Percy goes off and you go, actually that 5 damage move is now back to 5 damage, and I'll commit me 5 foundations. You did 0 after blowing all of your combined firepowers. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. That sounds all great. I'm gonna get some cards out and maybe mess around and think because I think better with physical cards in my hand.
That is fair. Well, hey, stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the list, and you have a good turn ahead, okay?
Yeah.
I'll see ya.